As we light 4 Advent candles, we thank you, God, for the manger and the cross. Sorry for the ways we shut you out. Jesus, light of the world, shine on us.
Thank you so much. Beautifully read. It's amazing to have 4 candles lit. 4 candles. Oh man, I hadn't thought of that. I have now. I don't want to distract. But there's only 1 candle left to light, and that is next week. So that is very exciting. So this morning we have gathered together to worship God, to pray, and to spend time together with each other. We are brothers and sisters in God's family. And we've also come to make Christingles today. So a little bit later we'll be going up into the hall, and those who would rather stay down in church, you can do that, and Peter's got something for you. And we will make sure that we make some extra Christingles for you as well. We'll bring them down to you. So let's join together in song now as our worship band leads us in our first 2 songs as we focus on worshipping our King Jesus.
We've got a basket of instruments here, so if any children want to come and help yourself, there's plenty here. And if any adults want some, you can come and get some too. But yeah, do you want to come? Who wants some? A drum or a shaker or something? That's it. So we're going to start with a carol and we're going to blend it with another song. So just go with the flow. Hopefully we'll worship together. So I invite you to stand if you're able. Let's join our hearts together and our voices.
Thank you.
it's wonderful, isn't it, to see the candles there reminding us that we're almost there, aren't we? We're almost at Christmas Day. And that's what Advent is all about, isn't it? It's the waiting and the preparing of our hearts to welcome Jesus. So let's continue in worship as we sing Light of the World. So please take a seat. And children, if you've got an instrument, do you want to bring it back to the basket? Thank you very much.
So today we're going to be thinking about how Christmas is about hope. That's not earth-shattering news, we know that already, don't we? So I have a question for you to start off with. Who has written a Christmas present list? Just put your hand up if you've made a list of what you would like for Christmas. Yeah, I have. Yeah, okay. So, what is at the top of your present list? What is the thing that you are really hoping for the most? Just think about it. Think what that one thing is that you really, really, really want. Okay? I'm going to count to 3 and then say go. When I say go, I want everybody to say loudly what that thing is, all at the same time. Okay? Got it? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, well, I think that could have been louder, but we get the idea. I did hear a negative test, I think. That is not a bad thing to be hoping for, is it? Loads of different things, so many different things that we hope that we might get. And I don't know if we will all get everything that we want or not, because sometimes we don't get everything, do we? But that should not stop us from hoping. Looking forward to things is good, especially if we can look forward to making other people's hopes come true. Have you ever thought about that? We have that ability. Isn't it an interesting thought that we can help someone else to get what they want? About 2 weeks ago, many of us brought gifts to our toy service. Do you remember that? And we had a table here full of presents that we were also generous to bring along. And we have the privilege of helping parents who might be thinking, I hope I can give my children a Christmas present this year. That might be their hope, is just to be able to give their children a Christmas present. Or perhaps their children are thinking, I really hope I get a Christmas present this year, because they know that money is really tight. We've been able to be an answer to their hope. Isn't that incredible? I wonder if you know someone whose hope is for a new friend because they're lonely. You think about maybe if you're at school or even at work or one of your neighbours, you know somebody who could do with a friend? Maybe that could be you or me. You might just see somebody who is in need, hoping that somebody will help them out. And it might be something really big or it might be something really small. But could we be the answer for them, for what they hope for? Do we ever hope for something that we already have? Well, not really. That wouldn't make much sense, because hope is looking to the future. It would be strange for me to say, I hope I have a sparkly jumper, because I already have one. It would be a bit odd to say, I really hope our church has a Christmas tree this year, because there it is, it's already there. So we don't need to hope for things that we already have. I'm going to ask Lisa to come and read for us now. She's going to read from Romans 8, verses 22 to 25, and she's reading from the New Century Version.
We know that everything God made has been waiting until now in pain, like a woman ready to give birth. Not only the world, but we also have been waiting with pain inside us. We have the Spirit as the first part of God's promise. So we are waiting for God to finish making us His own children, which means that our bodies will be made free. We are saved, and we have this hope. If we see what we are waiting for, that is not really hope. People do not hope for something they already have. So we are hoping for something that we do not have yet, and we are waiting for it patiently.
Fantastic. Let's look at that. Thank you, Lisa. That's beautifully read, and I think that's the first time you've come up to read for us, isn't it? So well done, and we thank you. So during this time of Advent, we are waiting for Christmas, although I expect some of us are not waiting all that patiently now. I'm starting to get a bit excited, and I'm sure there are other people who are too. Well, we don't have to hope for Jesus to come and be born, because that already happened. We already have Jesus, which is, of course, great news. But there is more. just like the Bible reading says, we remember now that we are waiting for him to come back to earth, and that's something we wait for as patiently as we can. And we are waiting for other people to hear about Jesus too and to love him. There are so many people who need a hope for their future, but don't know yet what that hope is for. And God can use us to help answer that hope, to tell them about Jesus and to introduce them to him. So, we're going to move on to our Christingle section now, okay? And I've got a Christingle to show you, but I've just left it in the coffee lounge, so if you give me like 2 seconds, I will go and get it. Give me a moment. It's a bit bigger than I thought. Bit bigger than I thought. There we go. What do you think? Okay, this is it. It's on my head. Oh, it's nearly on my head. So this is my really big Christingle. I didn't quite manage it this year, but maybe next year I will make a really big proper round one to fit into. That was what I was going to try and do, but there just wasn't time for all the paper mache that it would take. But here we go. Now, this is a bit precarious on my head, so while we're talking about Christingles for just a minute before we go and make them, is there somebody who would like to come and model this? Do you want to come and model it? I think it's, yeah, you can come up. Come on, Lydia. Oh, no, this is going to go over your head. That's going to sit right over your head. But now, oh, yeah, put that on first. If you can come and stand up on the stage for me. Oh, you're going to look so much nicer in it than I am. Perfect. Oh, so beautiful. Now that fits her head the same it fits my head, so I think I have a very small brain. Or she has a very big brain, maybe. Oh, that looks so lovely. Thank you. Okay, are you happy to stand there just for a minute? Yeah? But, ooh. Okay. So many of us know what the different parts of a Christingle represent. And I think that they also represent, we can think about them representing the past, the present, and the future. So the orange, we know, represents the world that God has already made. And the red ribbon represents Jesus' blood from when he died on the cross so that we can be forgiven by God and have a good relationship with him now. So that's things that have happened in the past, but it's about now as well. And then the sweets and the fruit, there's a lot more sweets than fruit on there, I have to say. They represent good things that God gives us. And that's about now as well, about the blessings, the good things that God gives us every day. And the candle, that is so perfectly balanced, shows us that Jesus is the light of the world and brings us hope for our future of living with him forever. So in a moment we're going to go up to the hall where everything is ready to make a Christingle. And this is for everybody, it's not just for the children. And we have, I don't know, David, how many oranges have we got?
120.
120 oranges. So there is plenty for everybody. And when you go up, there are tables set out, so find a table. If you're here with a family group, then stick together. There's room for about 8 people on each table. But just go find a table, make them. And if you haven't made one before, the people around you will help you. We'll make spares to bring back down if anybody stays in church as well. But just in case you haven't come across a Christingle before, or you need a reminder, we've got a video now, and it's some Lego minifigures who are going to demonstrate how to make the Christingle for us.